right. Thank you for sticking with me to listen to my Punta Cana Chronicles. How are you guys doing tonight? I am feeling good. I am drinking my rum punch that I could not get made right in Punta Cana, but I made it right for myself. And actually, it's not bad as far as getting me buzzed because I think I put so much ice in it that it's kind of watered down now. But I made it strong, but it's not strong right now. So I'm not even that buzzed, which is a good thing because you don't want to see me sloppy in this video. Anyway, if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe my videos. If you like the content, and you can relate and you want to spread the word that they should follow Mz.ChiGurl's over 50 content, please get the word out there and tell others. I would appreciate it. I also would love to hear your feedback and your comments below as far as what I have been providing you and what maybe I can improve on or change or what you would like to see. And for those of you who are my family and friends who watch it, please stop calling me and telling me and giving me feedback. I don't care if it's easier. You don't have to write a long dissertation in the comments. You can say, great video. I love this part. You were funny when you said this. That's the kind of stuff you can put in the comments. And then the rest of it you can call me about. But don't tell me that you didn't write a comment because it would have been too long. It takes 1 minute, maybe 5, to send me a comment. And I love the feedback that I got from my last videos where I was talking about my chronicles of being unemployed. So thank you all for the comments that I did receive. I appreciate those of you who did provide, encouragement to me. And thank you so much for watching my video. But also don't forget to like my videos. You guys are calling me and telling me you watched my video, but nobody's liking it. Does that mean you don't like my video? You guys don't like my video? Anyway, now back to the drama. So, this is the drama. Remember I told you in my previous video that I switched rooms because they did not have an elevator. And so I had a junior suite with an ocean view, which costs more than having the room on the first floor, which I did because of medical reasons, because I was not able to do the stairs going up to the third floor. And they told me I had to get my all-inclusive bracelet. This is not it. But I had to get it rekeyed so I can get into my room. So I went to the lobby and I'm talking to the front desk. And so I'm telling the front desk about the issue and how I need to get it rekeyed. And so I asked front desk about a refund. And they said no refunds. And I'm like, what? I'm like, I had a junior suite with an ocean view. I don't have that anymore. And they said, well, you gave that room up. And I said, yeah, for medical reasons. And they were like, it doesn't matter. We don't give refunds. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, this is some bull. I said, you act like I'm just, I don't know, doing it for some BS reason. I'm doing it because of medical reasons and this and that and that. And the guy was like, well, I'm sorry, we can't do it. So I was like, okay, I'm going to talk to your manager. And so he goes to his manager, and they have me waiting, I don't know how long, but it was a ridiculous amount of time. So then the manager comes, and he comes with a paper. And so he was like, hi, ma'am. And he says, I was there when you checked in. And so we told you it was going to be on the third floor. And you said that was okay. And I said, yes, but you didn't tell me there was no elevator. I said, I've never been to a resort that didn't have an elevator. And so I was like, how was I supposed to know that, I was going to have an issue with the room, not knowing that you guys didn't have an elevator. And so I'm telling him about my medical condition. I actually showed him the x-rays and everything that I was dealing with. And I was like, I can't be on the third floor. And so he was like, I'm sorry, ma'am. We can't, refund you. And he was like, also, I got tired of arguing with him, going back and forth. And so I was like, fine, whatever. I'll deal with this whenever. And so I was like, can you rekey my bracelet? And he was like, before I rekey your bracelet, I need you to sign a form. I'm like, what? What kind of form? So he hands me a piece of paper. And I'm going to actually read the paper to you. I might, just show it to you because I took a picture of it. But yeah, let's do that. I'm going to show you the piece of paper that he hands me. So let's go here. Let me share my screen. Share screen. So it says, name has my name. Oh, I'm going to have to block that out. Good Lord. Let me edit this right now, because y'all can't be seeing my info. So basically, it says all the stuff, and it says original suite is a junior suite poolside ocean view to a junior suite poolside. So it says agreement. With my consent, I wish to voluntarily change room from TSR Junior Suite Poolside Ocean View Reserve Suite to a TSR Junior Suite Poolside for our stay at TRS Quesera, or however you say it. We, the undersigned, accept the voluntary change of the suites by the Grand Palladium Hotels, their insurers, and their legal representatives, like the only allowance for the conveniences that occurred during the stay. We agree not to make lawsuits, claims, demands, and the use of social media with comments that will damage the hotel's reputation. Additionally, we recognize and declare the nature of the agreement is amiable and transactional, and never is an acceptance or acknowledgement of reasonability, fault, or neglect of the TSR Terquesa by Grand Polonium Hotels. And then it says the date, and I'm supposed to sign here. I blocked that out and then put my email. And so I read this. I'm like, I'm not signing this. And so he was like, you have to sign it because we're switching rooms. And I was like, I'm not signing it. And he was like, but why not? And I said, because you can't tell me that I can't use social media and give you a bad review, because that's exactly what I plan to do. I was like, this is a bad experience, and I plan to tell everyone that I did not enjoy my service with your hotel or resort. And so he was like, no, you have to sign this, da da da. And so we're basically at a standstill. So then he walks away, and I don't know what he's doing. So then while he walks away, I said, okay, I got you. I said, I'm going to make changes. And so I said that due to medical reasons, I wish to voluntarily change my room, blah, 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 blah. Then I cross out the stuff about social media with comments that would damage the hotel's reputation. And I said, I would tell my truth. If I had a bad experience, then that's what it is. And then I said, I've been drinking and I'm being forced to sign this paper if I want a room. I'm sorry. So when he came back, he said he saw the paper, and I said, here you go, I signed it. And he saw all the marks on the paper, and he was like, you can't do that. And I said, but I did. So what are we gonna do? piece of paper. This is what I do. And so when he comes back, it's a pieces. So the man was like, ma'am, you have to sign the paper. And I said, I'm not signing that paper. I'm like, you can't tell me that I can't, talk about you on social media if I had a bad experience. A bad experience is exactly what I'm having. I said, you guys, so I'm just going through all the things that was bad, and I'm telling them about the room and the smell and just everything. And so then he was like, well, so what are we going to do? And I was like, I don't know. You tell me. What are we going to do? Are you going to put me back on the third floor? I said, are you going to put me back on the third floor and then I fall and hurt myself? Then I'm going to sue you. I'm a- So he was like, man, he was like, I would like to offer you a coupon to our spa. And I said, oh, let me see that. So then he gave me a piece of paper with the coupon to the spa, saying that I would get the hydro treatment and all this other stuff, and this was the value of it, and da da da. I said, see, you should have come with this at first. I said, I said, if you had said this in the beginning, I would have signed your little sticky paper. And he said, well, you didn't give me a chance. And I said, yes, I did. I said, you came to me with this paper talking about I had to sign it, and you didn't have nothing else in your hand. I said, you just came up with the thing to the spa. And so, long story short, I I signed the little paper. I didn't make any marks on it the second time. And I got me a spa coupon. So then I asked him about my $600 credit. And he said, there is no $600 credit. What are you talking about? And I was like, you guys advertise a $600 credit. And I was talking to the other guy, and he told me it was only if I had 5 days. And I said, I was trying to do the 5 days, but now I don't want to. But I was like, you guys advertised the $600 credit, and I don't think that was fair. And he was like, it wasn't really a credit. He said it was coupons. I'm like, what? I'm like, that's not how you guys advertised it. It didn't say, it said $600 resort credit. It did not say $600 worth of coupons. And so he pulls out the coupon book and shows me, starts flipping through it. See, you get $50 off this meal. You get this at the spa. You get that. You get this. And so he's just going through this little coupon book. And I'm like, never mind. I'm not staying here for 5 days, and don't worry about it. I don't care anymore. So I'm like, you just need to rekey my bracelet now. So he rekeys my bracelet. And so that was the end of my first night. Ah! Hello, everybody. While editing your video, I realized I left out what I thought was another funny piece of the conversation with the resort manager. So I'm here to bring it to you. So, one of the things that I forgot to tell you that happened is after he offered me the coupon or the free services at the spa. So I'm waiting for him to key in everything on my bracelet so that I can, get into the new room. And he says, so where are you from? And so I'm sitting there like, America. So then he said, where in America? And I said, Illinois. Because I'm like, he think he's slick. He's trying to say some ish, but he ain't gonna get it from me, right? And so then he just keeps insisting on the conversation. He was like, "Are you by chance from anywhere near Chicago?" And I said, "Yes." But I don't want you talking about, that I'm like this because this is the way people from Chicago are from. And he said, "No, no, this is small talk." And I'm like, mm-hmm.